My name is Matthew White, coming to you from the Ingram Micro Business Transformation Center. And today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Webex Desk. Now, the Webex Desk is a smaller version of the Desk Pro. It comes in a multitude of different colors. But really what we're going to focus on today is what comes in the box and how to put it together. So first off is the screen itself. So this will be the main piece that you'll find inside the box. It's protected by a little bit of foam, this plastic sheeting, and another plastic sheet that goes over the screen itself. Now, one of the things you're going to want to do whenever you put the back on it is make sure you put it on a soft surface so you don't scratch the screen. I like to use some of the foam that comes in the box. So I'll just kind of place that underneath when I flip this upside down. And then I can just go ahead and pull the plastic out of the way and get at where I want to put the mount. Now let's go ahead and I'm just going to rip this so I can get it out pretty easily. And right above this in the box is the actual backing of it. This is the stand, so as you can see here, this kind of like lifts up and out of the way so you can get at the cables and everything that might be inside it. But this is very easy to put on. All you're going to do is just kind of like snap it into place. Now, you can't do that off the bat because you're missing a few little pieces here. You're going to have to get those out of this side box here. So in the side box underneath this little flap, you have the power cord. And then if you go ahead and open up the rest of this, this is the second part of the power cord, the power brick. You don't want to lose that. Some safety information and an installation guide. You have an Ethernet cable, USB-C to USB-C, some screws, a cleaning cloth, and that should be all that you have in this box. Just double check and I always pull it apart just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Now, if you're used to the Desk Pro, one of the things you probably are thinking you should have, which I didn't show you, is a stylus. For the desk, that is going to be an optional accessory. So if you want it, you have to purchase this as an additional part number. I'll put that part number in the comments below as well so you have it. So let's go ahead and put this together. Okay, so putting this together, if you open up the flap on the back of the mount, you'll actually find a little Allen key in here. You're going to pop that out. You're going to actually use that to put the screws in. Now, if you have your own Allen key, you can go ahead and use that too, but at least they provide you with one. Makes it a little bit easier for you. When you put it on the actual screen itself, you want to make sure it's in the position you want. So if you want this to be more of an upright monitor where it's not tipped back so far, maybe you have glare in the room, things like that, then you're going to want to make sure that this is pushed upward more. Downward more. So that way it pushes the screen up. And if you want it reversed, where you want it tipped back a little bit more, you can move the mount so that it's higher in it. It has a little bit of adjustment on the back screws here. So then we're just going to take each one of these 4 screws and just screw it into the back. Now this is a 200 by 100 VESA pattern. So if you do have your own wall mount that you would like to use, you can do that as well. Just make sure that it fits that 200 by 100 VESA pattern. You can also mount this to carts that way and things like that as well. And then if you flip it over to get a little bit more leverage, you can flip it over to the longer side and just give it a few more light twists. Get these screws a little tighter for yourself. And then I can clip that Allen wrench back into place so that it's available next time I need it. And then close the back cover here again. Now from there, I can actually just remove the plastic the rest of the way and stand it up. Before I do that though, I am going to show you underneath. So inside of that port there is additional ports. Inside of that hole there is additional ports for your plugging in of the cables and everything. And I'm going to actually get you a closer up look of those ports in just a second. So let me place this down here. remove this off to the side. And you can see here, so I've got it set a little bit in between, closer to the upright position. But on the top here, I have a little slider to open and close the camera. So that way I know that it's got the privacy shield closed. And then I can go ahead and plug it in. So just unwire, just go ahead and pull this wire apart. The power cable is just a standard NEMA 515 for use in the United States with a C13 on the other end. So if you need a little bit longer cable, you can always source those as well. Connect the power brick to the power cable. Plug that in, you should get a little white light on the power brick to make sure that it's working. And then plug the actual power cord into the back. It's on my right-hand side here, so if you're looking at the screen, it's on your left. But that plugs into the back of the screen. I can then actually go ahead, and there's a power button behind this side here on the back side. You're going to press that in to actually start up the display. When you first power it on, you're going to want to hold that button in. You'll see a little white light start to blink in this bottom corner here, and then the Cisco logo will come up and it'll start to boot. You can go ahead and remove the plastic shield. If you're worried about fingerprints, it's a good idea to have this in the place that you want it before you remove it. But if you do get the fingerprints on the screen, obviously you can always use the cleaning cloth. Now, when you're setting up the unit, you can connect it into Wi-Fi, or you can use the Ethernet cable to connect it physically into the wall as well. Physical connections are always the most reliable, most secure, but if you want to use Wi-Fi because you don't have a physical network connection at that location where you want to put the display, that's fine as well. So now looking at the back of the unit, from the left-hand side there, you have a USB connection, your Ethernet connection, an HDMI connection, your USB-C connection, and then your power input connection. And all the way to the right after that power input connection is also a reset. So let's go ahead and actually set this up the rest of the way. So first off, you're just going to hit the start. You're going to want to pick if you want to connect via Wi-Fi or standard Ethernet. Let's go ahead and connect this up via a Wi-Fi connection. It'll then ask you to join one of the different Wi-Fi connections that it's found around. If you don't see your connection on this very first screen, you can actually scroll down and find the one that you're looking for. You go ahead and connect. Once you do that, it'll ask you for your password. Go ahead and punch that in, and then press the arrow in the top right corner, and then it'll connect. It might take a few minutes here to gain the IPv4 address or the IPv6 address and get that set up on the DNS server. And then you can access additional advanced network settings through this button and punch it in manually. And then once you're done and it shows the green connected button or green connected icon at the top, you can go ahead and press the blue arrow again. And then it's going to ask you, how do you want to set this up? I'm using the Cisco Webex Cloud, so I'm going to go ahead and click this button.
If you do want to use this only as an external camera, you're going to be using it with another video conferencing camera that's connected to, or you're using it with another video conferencing software that's connected to your laptop, and you want to use this just via the USB-C connection, you can do that as well by pressing this button, but I'm going to do it through the Webex Cloud. And then it's going to ask me for my 16-digit activation code. I can actually go right to settings.webex.com, log in with my user credentials, grab those, and punch those in. So I'm going to do that now. And now I'm going to just hit the blue arrow in the top right corner. And then I can pick my time zone, North America. Zone, 12-hour format, and there we go. So I can then tap to the right again, and it's ready to use, and finish it up. So now that the Webex device has been added into my organization, I can go ahead and use it to place calls, I can use it to whiteboard, I can click the Join Webex button directly. I can share directly to this device as well. So you can either do that using the wireless screen sharing option by just going to a website and punching in the code. You can wirelessly share directly to this through the Webex app, or you can use a cable. And then obviously the whiteboarding functionality allows you to actually use it as a whiteboard. So same advanced functionality as the Webex board, just in a smaller container there. And really, obviously you don't have the ability to add additional microphones to it or something along those lines, but you do have a lot of the main functionality that you may be looking for in a standard Webex device. Go ahead and exit back out of that. So thank you for joining us here at the Business Transformation Center, and glad I was able to help you learn how to unbox the Webex Desk. Look for this one and other colors through CCW, and be sure to place your order with Ingram Micro. Talk to you later.